The game Towers of Aghasba is a vibrant open-world adventure, centered around reclaiming and restoring the island homeland of the Shimu people, who were displaced by the mysterious Withered Force. As a junior architect, players rebuild villages, create thriving ecosystems, and uncover the history of the Shimu while exploring breathtaking landscapes filled with strange creatures and towering vistas. The game offers a creative sandbox for designing settlements and nurturing life, from bizarre plants to diverse fauna, while battling the withered plague to bring balance back to the land. Multiplayer options allow friends to join, explore, trade, and team up to overcome challenges. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to Towers of Aghasba highlight its engaging gameplay, detailed visuals, and solid performance for an early access title. Players appreciate the creative freedom and how decisions shape the game's world and resources, adding depth to exploration and strategy. Positive impressions often mention fluid mechanics and visually pleasing environments, though some areas, like the UI or resource indicators, could use refinement. Bugs are acknowledged but viewed as manageable for early access, and the developers' active engagement with the community earns praise. Criticism largely focuses on multiplayer issues and launch day frustrations, yet many agree the game's potential outweighs these setbacks, urging patience for future updates. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is an expansive aviation simulation game that offers players the opportunity to explore the globe while pursuing a diverse range of aviation careers. From medevac operations to aerial firefighting and passenger transport, players can gain certifications, complete authentic missions, and compete in challenges like precision landings and iconic air races. The game introduces advanced aircraft systems, realistic physics, and an innovative flight planner for detailed route and resource management. The game's digital world is meticulously recreated, featuring enhanced terrain, photogrammetry, and dynamic weather. Players can explore vibrant biomes on foot, encounter wildlife, and navigate bustling air and maritime traffic. With additions that include a wide variety of aircraft and airports, Microsoft Flight Simulator 24 provides an immersive experience for both casual flyers and serious enthusiasts. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 highlight a divisive launch that left many players frustrated due to severe server issues and technical missteps, overshadowing the game's ambitious features. Players were disappointed by extended login queues, crashes, and installation complications, with some unable to even access the gameplay. This rocky start contrasted sharply with high expectations fueled by extensive marketing and promises of improved infrastructure. Positive aspects include a robust selection of new and overhauled aircraft, innovative features catering to both casual and advanced users, and a generally compelling price point for its Aviator Edition. However, technical hurdles such as inconsistent cloud-based elements, clunky interface updates, and resource-intensive mechanics have drawn criticism. While some appreciate the game's visual and functional upgrades, others feel its launch undermines the progress expected from a flagship title in 2024. The game Threshold is a narrative-driven experience set in the eerie isolation of the border post, high in the mountains where an endless train roars through a crumbling station. Players take on the role of a worker whose simple yet harrowing task is to keep the train on schedule by blowing a whistle, an act that drains precious breath in the thin air. Survival hinges on managing exertion and earning air canisters through diligent work. Tasks like delivering reports, cleaning filters, and collecting materials keep the station running, though unsettling details linger in the periphery. Mo, a fellow worker, offers cryptic companionship and guidance but avoids answering certain questions. With semi-linear storytelling, every choice shapes a personal journey through tension and decay in this haunting atmospheric world. And now we come to the reviews. Reviewers are of the opinion that Threshold is a standout short indie horror experience that excels in atmosphere and narrative intrigue. The game offers about 1.5 hours of semi-linear gameplay, with branching paths that encourage multiple playthroughs to uncover its full story. Its realistic yet progressively unsettling routine draws players in, with minimal handholding and a focus on discovery. The graphics feature a nostalgic, slightly wobbly, PSX-inspired aesthetic, complemented by strong sound design that enhances its unique mood. Its intriguing setup and replay value make it a worthwhile addition for fans of indie horror. With a low price point and a recommendation to go in blind, Threshold promises an engaging and chilling adventure for those willing to immerse themselves. Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe is a vibrant and engaging restaurant simulation game where players take charge of a bustling pizza parlor, while Papa Louie is off adventuring. Balancing a variety of tasks, players create custom pizzas by selecting crusts, sauces, cheeses, and a wide range of toppings, all tailored to the picky preferences of unique customers. The gameplay includes managing multiple stations for topping, baking, slicing, and boxing pizzas with precision. This deluxe version introduces new features like seasonal ingredients, a pizzeria food truck for creative free play, and a dining room where customers can enjoy their meals. Players can hire a custom worker or Joy, Roy's sister, to assist with orders and deliveries. Unlockable holidays, minigames, special recipes, and customizable furniture and outfits add depth and replayability. With over 150 customers and 99 ingredients, the game challenges players to master their skills while keeping Tastyville's residents happily fed. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe highlight the blend of nostalgia and modern enhancements that make this remaster a standout in the beloved series. Fans of the original appreciate the updated mechanics, like easier pizza building, and the addition of features such as custom workers, assistants, and the food truck mode. These improvements make gameplay more dynamic and satisfying while preserving the charm of the classic. Some players note the shift in timing mechanics compared to other Papa's games, causing initial confusion but not diminishing overall enjoyment. The game is described as challenging yet rewarding, appealing to fans of simulation games. Its release sparked excitement among longtime followers, who are eager for more remastered Papa's titles to join Steam. The modernized design makes this a fitting tribute to the game that started the series, offering hours of engaging, nostalgic fun with contemporary polish. It's a delightful revival that feels both familiar and fresh. In this exciting game, Rogue Command, players must master classic RTS mechanics while embracing the unpredictability of a roguelike twist. Build bases, gather resources, and strategically deploy units to conquer procedurally generated maps filled with hazards and opportunities. Instead of relying on static strategies, each run presents new challenges as players acquire blueprint cards to expand their arsenal, unlocking powerful upgrades and synergistic combos. Time control mechanics ensure precision in chaotic battles, while diverse starting options and map events offer endless replayability. With over 100 units, buildings, and modifiers to discover, Rogue Command invites players to shape their playstyle and push through escalating difficulty levels on the path to ultimate victory. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to Rogue Command emphasize its successful fusion of RTS and roguelike mechanics, creating dynamic, replayable gameplay. Players appreciate the fast pace, intuitive controls, and varied runs enabled by randomized upgrades and unit pools, which ensure every game feels fresh. The strategic depth balances accessibility, with a time-slow mechanic easing the micromanagement burden typical of RTS games. While the low polyart style is divisive, it supports the game's variety and scope. Critics highlight its polished state for early access, though suggestions like PvP modes, a skirmish option, and unit tweaks show room for improvement. A must-try for fans of innovative strategy games. Forgotten but Unbroken is a WW-inspired turn-based strategy game that blends historical events with personal narratives. Players assume the role of Commander Martin, navigating defense missions while engaging with real-life WWE figures and events. The game introduces fresh mechanics, like the absence of magical healing and the impact of elite enemy units, including SS troops, which induce fear and affect player performance. Relationships with allies play a key role, with elite soldiers available for limited-time assistance. Players manage soldiers with distinct traits, build and maintain bases, and must factor in weather and disease. Set primarily in Czechoslovakia, the game's narrative combines personal stories with global events, immersing players in a deep, complex experience. And now we come to the reviews. As observed by multiple reviewers, the game struggles with balance, leading to frustrations around gameplay mechanics. Many players find resource management tedious and the lack of clear guidance on actions, such as sending troops to gather materials or hunt, a significant hurdle. The absence of a proper cooldown system and limited mission availability further diminish the experience, with some finding the gameplay slow and repetitive. While the base building and skirmishes show potential, the random loot system and inconsistent mission outcomes detract from the overall engagement. Despite comparisons to games like XCOM, the lack of polish, particularly in resource management and mission pacing, makes it feel more like an unfinished beta than a fully realized game. Some players find moments of enjoyment, especially when using specific units like snipers, but overall, the game's design and execution leave much to be desired. Seer's Gambit is a strategic semi-auto battler emphasizing tactical positioning and timing. Players control unique heroes, each with a powerful ultimate ability that can sway the outcome of battles. Success hinges on assembling the ideal team composition, unlocking powerful synergies, and utilizing teamwork to overcome enemies. Set in the evolving world of Emelon, players explore and upgrade to unlock new heroes, buffs, and meta progression options. Resources gathered during adventures must be wisely invested to adapt to shifting challenges and growing threats. With its blend of strategy, exploration, and progression, Seer's Gambit rewards careful planning and adaptability. Let's take a closer look at our next review. Common feedback points to Seer's Gambit highlight it as a charming, casual auto-battler with strong roguelite elements and quirky humor. Players appreciate the cute pixel art, rewarding combo mechanics, and the absence of pay-to-win features. Its incredible music and numerous hidden jokes enhance the experience. Despite being fun and highly replayable, some criticize the uneven difficulty spike, particularly in later stages, and bugs that disrupt gameplay, though these seem to be actively addressed. A passion project from a dedicated developer, it's a solid choice for fans of auto-battlers looking for a unique twist. In this exciting game, once alive, players must navigate a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has been wiped out by a global virus. As James, the protagonist, along with his brother, they believe they are the last survivors until they find an invitation to a survivor's base, Hostville. The brothers set out to find others, but once they arrive, they realize something is wrong with the village. As they explore, they uncover a mystery surrounding the disappearance of its inhabitants and the virus' true nature. Using environmental storytelling, players must piece together the past, all while dealing with the aggressive wildlife and the harsh world that remains. Cinematic cutscenes further drive the narrative. Let's now delve into the reviews. Common feedback points to Once Alive being a highly immersive and visually stunning experience, despite its short playtime of around 2-3 hours. The atmosphere, aided by a fantastic soundtrack and detailed Unreal Engine graphics, is frequently praised, with many feeling emotionally engaged by the story. However, some players found the gameplay mechanics lacking, with frustrating interactions due to imprecise controls and a lack of sensitivity settings for both keyboard and controller. While some critiques mention the game's simplicity and limited interaction, it is generally recommended for its unique narrative and cinematic quality. Many are hopeful for future projects from the solo developer. Dimensionals is a roguelike turn-based RPG inspired by the energy of Saturday morning cartoons. Players collect and level up heroes from across dimensions, building a 3-character party to unleash unique skill combos and epic battles. The game features a voice-acted, animated comic book story campaign where players face Ragnareth, a tyrannical force threatening the multiverse. Procedurally generated encounters, strategic skill management, and endlessly replayable challenges keep the gameplay fresh. Packed with nostalgic flair, quirky characters, deep lore, and a catchy soundtrack by Gravity Falls composer Brad Breek, Dimensionals delivers a vibrant, action-packed RPG experience. And now we come to the reviews. Common feedback points to Dimensionals emphasize its engaging roguelike deck-building mechanics and polished presentation. With a comic book-inspired design, charming characters, and playful writing, the game combines strategic depth with a light-hearted atmosphere. Players appreciate the wide variety of skills, relics, and progression options, praising the replayability offered by procedurally generated roguelike adventures. However, critiques highlight the linearity of the story mode, limited meta progression, and some inconsistencies in UI and resource costs. The vibrant animations and unique character designs, including the standout Shork, have resonated strongly with fans, making it a promising early access title with room to grow. Incantation is a first-person horror mystery game adapted from the movie of the same name. Set in the unsettling Chen village, the story follows a mother desperately searching for her missing daughter in a land overshadowed by cults and a malevolent deity. As players explore the eerie environment, they uncover fragile clues and navigate stealthily to avoid unseen dangers. Every discovery brings them closer to the truth, though it's unclear if the revelations are genuine or part of a sinister plan. To survive, players must tread carefully, offering their name in a haunting ritual to seek a faint hope of salvation. And now we come to the reviews. Reviewers are of the opinion that Incantation is a faithful extension of the Taiwanese horror film, offering an engaging narrative with eerie ambience and music. The game leans into its atmospheric storytelling and light gameplay, featuring a mix of simple puzzles and a few boss encounters. While not particularly challenging or terrifying, it's accessible to casual players and horror newcomers. The visuals are well crafted, and fans of the movie will likely appreciate the added backstory for NPCs. Though some players noted immersion-breaking ads, the game generally delivers a fun cinematic experience, best enjoyed as a walking sim with occasional frights.